But yeah, Sarah, if you would like to do a recap for us.
I would love to. My dearest darling Hermes, how are you, lovely? I received your letter this morning, and not only was it the highlight of my day, it seems it was the only thing to happen in my favor. Oh, Hermes, I made an awful time of it. So, perhaps I didn't leave home with as much coin as I should have. You know I like to live lavishly, and it seems I burned through what tender I had a bit too quickly. Mind you, I don't think there's anything wrong with being comfortable, quite the contrary. But it did leave me unable to pay for a private room, so I sought employment. I figured a big town like this, there was surely some work for me that wasn't too taxing, but tax it did. I was pitted against awful little gremlins that led me into the dark below the city, and we were lost there for what felt like forever. Then, when we reached their nest, the dinosaur salesman, I made friends with the dinosaur salesman, Scrag, by the way, ate a vial of some drug and got horribly sick. He did it to keep Creek, an elf with the most gorgeous hair, from eating it herself. Poor darling Nash, a curious fellow, all shadow and good manners, was beside himself, literally with worry over it. And worst of all, I was bested by a mud puddle in a smuggler's den, the river rats or some such. So, as me and dear Pickles is a goblin, crack shot with a spell too, lay in the mud, covered in sick and sweat and cave water, suffering from the ignominy of it all, I began to think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Pitted against those gremlins, all my training seemed to leave me. I was a novice flailing in the dark, an apt congruency to my situation as a whole, if I do say so myself. I would never admit this out loud, my love, but I am afraid. If I cannot see this through, then, well, I dare not speak it, lest it come to pass. For all my misgivings, however, I will not turn tail and run. I cannot. Not until I find a way to stop this. I'm a Dankovsky after all, and a Dankovsky has pride. On the bright side, I am an official campaigner with the local guild now. Let us hope that my next assignment goes better than this one. I would give anything to be back in your arms again. I'm sure I will reread your letter until my fingers are wearing through the pages. Give Mama and Daddy my love, and I do hope you and Daddy are getting along without me, and keep a weather eye on the horizon, my darling. I'll be home before you know it. Ever yours, Vasilissa.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Except for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm annoyed because I was enraptured and suddenly it cuts out and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, no, this is just like low-key one of the best like character monologues I've ever heard. What if we interrupted?
Yeah, so frustrating. I was so into that, and then it was just like cuts. But yeah, it ended on I'm afraid, and then we're all like, that's metal, but I don't think she's done yet. But yes, take an extra hero point, Vaz.
Huzzah!
For that wonderful, wonderful intro. But yeah, last time you did stop the session outside of the Lawkeeper's HQ.
Scrag forgot to ask him about his other dinosaurs.
So yeah, you scramble back in, and the secretary like raises an eyebrow and takes you back, and he was not expecting you back so soon, so like Dixon Lockhart turns around and sees you, goes, is there something else?
I had several other velociraptors, given the fragile nature of the ecosystem. They're all male, so they won't, be able to make more, so to speak, but I think it would be best if we tried to get them back to the place where I was storing them, so they do not tear up the local ecosystem.
He kind of gives a little frown and looks at you like eyes squinting, goes, my lawkeepers didn't retrieve anything else. We have no other dinosaur eggs.
They weren't eggs. There were 8 baby velociraptors.
Like that thing over there. And Gertie,
No, smaller.
Well,
sorry, Gertie.
Yeah. He just kind of shakes his head and goes, well, I will keep my lawkeepers informed, then they will report back if they find anything, but I assure you we have none of those here.
Well, let me know if you find them. Gertie misses her nephews very much.
And he gives a little nod. I assure you I don't want those on the street any more than you do.
Well, I can try to track them down.
If you get to them before my lawkeepers, then you can do what you wish with them. Otherwise, they will, if my lawkeepers find them, they will be here. Just don't sell them in the city. That is illegal. You understand?
I will not sell any more dinosaurs in or around the city.
Thank you.
I know we don't particularly see eye to eye. I've had a very rough few days. Goodbye.
You see him, like, adjust a pen on his table, like, a millimeter. He nods and goes, "Good evening, sir." And he kind of, like, walks around to, like, make sure the door closes as he, like, shoots you out.
I'm going.
It's not, like, forceful, but it's stern.
No, he's going.
Yep.
And then I'll kind of mutter to himself. It's so hard to like, I can suppress the accent, but it's hard. You know, I gotta really focus on it. And you know, I feel like people think I sound kind of goofy if I kind of. He's just talking to Gertie as he's walking out of the building. You hear sort of the tail end of that.
What goofy?
Hey, Fred,
what goofy?
What you go back in there for?
To yell at him some more.
How did that turn out for you?
Other dinosaurs, and I don't know where they are.
Oh.
That's probably not good.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Well, I do not have any Velociraptor locating spells in my arsenal right now.
I was actually going to ask you that exact question, and I am very sorry that the answer is no.
But I bet I know where I might be able to find a relevant spell. If a spell that might help us exist, it's definitely going to be in the Horizon Gate Academy where that professor is. But maybe there's I think there might be a library associated with that somewhere. But we I think that might be a problem for another time. Or unless we want to get to that now, I don't know. I've got a couple things on my to-do list, as it were.
Well, I mean, they're not going to get any more or less Velociraptor by waiting, so, you know.
That's both a comfort and a concern, I think.
They have very good survival instincts.
Not helping. That one I think is a concern. Yeah.
Well, that means they're gonna be okay. I trained them
sure
very,
about
very
that?
well.
The most concerning part is that they're missing.
We'll find them, won't we, Gertie?
We'll find.
They were definitely taken off. You had them when you were busted, yeah.
I believe so.
So I smell a rat, as it were.
You were
Probably
surrounded
looking
by a
for a
particularly shady sort down there.
It is true.
It was the guy who tried to give me the tooth.
The who now?
My arch nemesis.
You just have one of those.
Yes. He is now my arch nemesis.
Wow. Only
Unless
been in the
I
city for a
find a
minute.
different
Or you have an arch nemesis. That's alright.
Unless someone else stole them, in which case they are my arch nemesis.
You have a raptor napper.
A rap napper.
Okay, that won't be the title of this episode, but I feel like 2 or 3 episodes from now, that is going to be the title.
Yep.
Remember, Velociraptor revealed.
Snapper.
Alright, well, what
It's
time
a hero
of day
point for that, right?
Well,
For a pun?
No, if we gave out hero points for puns, we would... Sorry.
No, God, no. Let's continue.
that
If we gave out hero points for puns, me and Katie would be too powerful. I think it's fair to say.
I don't love giving out stuff like that for puns because puns are great, but not everybody can get them off the top of their dome, and it feels unfair to hand those out for something like that when not everybody's good at it.
Ruins the magic. It ruins the magic. If you're punning for game, you're not punning at all.
Exactly.
The pun is its own reward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
But yes, Pickles, to answer your
Clever.
question, you guys have been out pretty much all day, and the sun is starting to get low over the horizon there. And it's at this point that you all hear a strange noise, whirring, loud, and none of you, save for Vaz, has heard this sound before. You all look up to the source and see a giant ship overhead, floating in the sky. Propellers along its body, and attached to each side of the ship are 2 large stones, one red, one blue. It's flying overhead and slowly descending upon the city. And you see it land on a tall stone platform to the east over here. Bloop. Vaz, you've spent a few days here, so you know that this is where the Airship Dock is. You've seen it leave in the morning and return in the afternoon. Nash, Pickles, and Creek, you have no doubt seen the ship, but it's been too far up for you to hear it. It makes a big circle around the entire country of Dathgard before coming back here. You haven't been able to catch a ride on it because it is too expensive. Even Vaz, you've never been inside the airship before. You took a sea boat from Urdina down past the lake bordering the 4 eastern nations of Tridane, down the Farbridge River to get to Dathgard.
Mm-hmm.
But as it settles in, you start to see more people on the street hustling and bustling around. People are starting to head home from a long day. And the bridge in front of you, you see quite a few fancily dressed merchants and the like making their way home.
Well, do we, I guess we should ask here. So we definitely, Scrag, I want to help you find these velociraptors for, to help prevent, them from causing any more harm or getting hurt or anything. Do we think that we need to continue pursuing this tonight, or should we get some rest and try tomorrow? Because there's, again, a couple of things that I'd like to do before I turn in for the evening, but if this is a higher priority, then we...
You take care of what you need to. Me and Gertie are going to search.
Now, hold on.
Well, yeah, we don't want you to be searching alone.
Yes.
I don't think it'll be that dangerous.
Weren't you the only one of us that's been arrested?
Well, you see, the law enforcement here is very, clearly very active, so it won't be dangerous, Scrag kind of rolls his eyes.
Fair point.
It's not a fair point. It's really not. I might get arrested again by accident. Maybe there's some other law I didn't know I was breaking.
Pickles, weren't you saying you were going to get him a copy of the Code Legal? How did that work out?
You know, I was so wrapped up in several other lines of inquiry, I forgot to inquire about that. Pardon me. Pickles would like to head back inside and try and pick up a copy of the Code Legal.
Yeah.
Hey, they have a pamphlet laying around.
The secretary, is about to get up to go, to, leave her post, and she sees you coming up, she rolls her eyes and comes back, and you ask for the Code Legal, and she, ducks under her desk and pulls out basically, a pamphlet with some important laws on it.
Yeah, we want the tourists version. The abridged tourist version of what's illegal in this city.
So...
It's just one page with crime written in really big font.
Don't do that.
It's got a decent selection, and it's all pretty wordy, but the gist of it, you get that murder's not permitted, that the guild individual rules must be followed by those in them, fighting between guilds is not permitted, no campaigner is to work without being part of the Horizons Gate. Those wishing to sell goods must obtain a membership in the following guilds: the Trade Winds, the Iron Spells, Sown Hope, and the Dawn's Hammers. To sell goods outside of the individual guild houses, you must register for a type of shop with the Trade Winds, and to obtain any additional permits depending on the types of goods sold. And there's a big, long, complicated list of the various goods that can be sold with a permit and some that you need extra permits for. And
there's animals on the list.
They are very highly regulated animals. In fact, in banned items, animals not local to the area are not to be sold or brought into the city without a permit. Dangerous animals or monsters of any kind are not allowed. And then there's a long list of drugs and illicit substances that are not illegal. Blaze, blood sap, chrysalis, demon dust, dilute hype, elven absinthe, grit hype, plasma hype, refined shiver, succubus's kiss, and Thoughts-Arella's on there.
Every time. So whenever Pickle's looking over this list, when he sees things like you need a permit to sell animals, when he sees specifically Thoughts-Arella, some of the drugs, he will make a note of it and go, there you go.
And Pickles, you pick up specifically that there are some rules regarding magic. Mostly the use of mind-altering or mind-controlling magic. Anything like that, if you are caught doing, is immediately jail time.
Well, fortunately, I never had much interest in that specific sort of magic, but...
Greg knew to... Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, good. Good to know, at least.
Scrag knew 2 shamans on Kupla Island. One of them did necromancy and would bring back dead bodies to help fix bridges and stuff. But everyone was angry at him for some reason. And then there was another shaman who controlled people's minds. And for some reason, nobody was upset about that. And it always bothered Scrag.
Necromancy is also out and listed on the sheet, as well as...
Bad news. Both of them be out of luck here.
And theft is punishable by degree. The bigger the theft, the more the punishment.
I'm so sorry. When you said degree, I thought you said degrease, and I was like, oh, they're gonna degrease you.
All right, you knew the punishment. Degrease him, boys.
Degrease him.
Get the grease.
All right. Well, if it's all right with everyone, I actually could use I got a scroll burning a hole in my pocket. I could use us to Nash Creek. We should secure some lodgings somewhere, and I got a spell scroll burning a hole in my pocket that I could use to learn the effects of.
Well, if it's burning a hole, you should get it out of that pocket of yours.
That's why I want to learn it. Learn it real quick. Do we want to take a moment to ourselves to sort of get ourselves set up for the night, or do we think we need to pursue this quickly? Because my thinking is if there had been velociraptors in the street just loose, terrorizing the place, we probably would have heard about it from someone.
Yeah, I will do a little bit of reconnaissance on my own. I will not go anywhere dangerous without alerting someone else, because I've learned my lesson. He will look pointedly at Nash and say, I will not put myself in undue danger.
You know,
Okay.
honestly, Greg... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They'll turn back to the rest of the group, unless it be really fun.
Sway.
Honestly, Scrag, first of all, I definitely want someone to go with Scrag if anybody has some free time. But honestly, you could probably do worse than just going around to a couple, like, the different, like, bars or places or seeing where people are gathering, and even just having Gertie with you might even, turn some heads and get people talking. You might be able to strike a conversation, just by virtue of having Gertie with you.
Greg will start making little leaflets that say "Missing Velociraptors, reward if found."
Just with all their little names on it.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Sorry.
You alright?
Sarah has to restart. No, she's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Sarah's got to do reset.
Oh no, I was literally just about to do a thing with her, but
I have tons of people who had to go AFK. Do we want to take maybe a short break here?
okay. But if you're back, I think we can get started again.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
I think we all needed a small break anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, not your fault anyway. You're good.
Rah.
It's a lazy
all good.
Friday.
Oh, for sure.
I need something that's a little low stress after the week I've had at work.
Yeah, no kidding.
Same. Oh, same. Oh, boy.
Well, so yeah, as you're all like standing outside having a chat, Vaz, you spot a man coming off the bridge just south of you in the whole collection of people coming and going off the bridge. This man stands out. Tall, shoulder-length hair that's blonde, and part of it is like tied back neatly. Elegant, expensive-looking green clothes with a draped cape over his shoulders, a couple of stars affixed to his cheek, and clawed-fingered jewelry and a haughty expression. This is Lucius Pierce, a nobleman from the Ophenian Empire. You have met him a few times at important dinner events in Udria. Yep. I know the names of the places I invented. Udria. He tried to court you, but was swiftly shut down by your father, as your father didn't want you marrying anyone from a place steeped in so much magic. As he, like, walks by, he looks at you for a second, looks away, and then stops and looks back, realizing who you are. Well, if it isn't the lovely Vasilina Katerina Sofina Zemka... I don't remember anymore. Is that a new look? It's so not in fashion. He looks you up and down, covered in mud.
Well, you know what they say. If you want to have fun, sometimes you have to get a little dirty. Something you wouldn't know anything about, now would you?
No, because I have magic that'll clean that up for me.
You're also no fun. You're a terrible bore.
And you, my dear, are quite too wild for my liking. Nowadays...
Says the man who tried to court me.
That was before you shoved that cake in my face.
You looked hungry.
I was not.
Apologies.
Well, what brings you to this backwards land?
Oh, know, I just wanted to have one last trot around the kingdom before I settled down, you know.
Well, I'm here on imperial business, of course. Her Arcane Holiness, the Great Mother of Magic, Empress Athenia the Eternal, has sent me to arrange some business deals with the guilds. I am here for the next month. I'll be staying in the embassy, of course.
Oh, yes, the embassy. How predictable.
It is the place to be. I'm surprised. Are you not staying at your embassy?
No, I'm staying with a darling girl named Hikari, and she's got the most lovely little inn, hot spring and everything. I'm actually headed there as soon as I'm done with my business in town.
Ooh, a hot spring. You'll need it to get all that blood out of your hair.
If I have blood in my hair, just imagine what I would do to you.
Feisty, as always. Now, really, I have better things to do.
I doubt it, but okay.
He, flips his cloak over his shoulder and, walks off the other way.
You said he had claw jewelry?
Clawed jewelry, kind of draconic looking almost. He is human, but he is purposely wearing, jewelry that makes it look like he has claws.
As he leaves, can I do something?
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
I would like to whisper a little message to Bastard, and I would like to use my ability to deliver a spell through Bastard.
Okay.
And I would like to have Bastard cast light on his, I think on his butt.
Yes. So his ass just lights up in the middle, and everybody around turns, and you hear snickers, and he tries to, throw his cloak over his butt and snaps his fingers. The clawed jewelry makes this clicking noise as the magic is dispelled.
Pickles will, first of all, I don't know, so he just dispels it. I can't contest that.
Not for a cantrip like that.
Valid. Pickles will loudly say, "Man, the sun shone out of his ass."
And you hear people around going, and he just, and he storms off down the road.
How dare you?
Have fun at the embassy, little firefly.
Yes!
Yep. Bright red, he storms off.
Even Nash chuckles at that one.
It's really funny.
Pickles, I owe you one for that. That was marvelous.
Nah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're even. I caused, I sort of, he kind of gestures at, the mud and the star station. It would have been harder for him to, take some pot shots at you if I hadn't, led you into the mud and stuff earlier.
Oh, it's all right. I just am taking comfort in the fact that I will actually work for what I want, and I won't sleep my way to the top if from what I've heard is correct.
That is exactly what you've heard. He is... If he doesn't sleep his way into something, his daddy gets it for him.
Nice.
Oh my god.
His daddy gets it for him, or his daddy gets it for him.
Yeah.
His papa, I should say.
His daddy and his daddy.
He's got a daddy and his daddy. He also has a mommy.
Oh no!
He gets around.
My man.
Bisexual ready.
Man, that fucking got me.
Wait, you mean to tell me the guy with claw jewelry is bisexual?
No.
What?
Listen,
tell me that man is not entirely, completely hetero?
I probably shouldn't invite this energy into the universe, but of our collective campaigns, another character who also wore claw jewelry just like that was Yanvin.
Yep.
Oh no! Bring that energy into it.
Bro, it's cool. I could shit talk circles around him.
Yes!
Yeah, we didn't shit talk Yanvin as much as we just fucking killed him.
Yeah.
We just killed his ass.
We could have shit talked him way more, but like.
And listen, Ianvin may or may not have been bisexual. I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
I think he was like gold sexual. I think that's just how dragons are.
Nah, he didn't actually care all that much about gold.
Nope.
Oh yeah, he had kind of a shitty hoard, as I recall.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
He hoarded other things.
Yeah, his other things were people. His hoard was people.
Dolls.
Dust and piss, Ivan.
He collected a cult. Are you kidding? Like,
that's true. Anyway, the point is, Vaz, I think now it's not a spell that I thought would be very useful, but I believe there is a spell out there that can allow me to clean clothes and things like that, and has some other uses. So I've been thinking about finding that one for my arsenal.
I would greatly appreciate it if we continue up this little partnership.
Yeah.
I could use that myself. My coat has become just a little unkempt. You just look at him and still see the black silhouette of nothing.
Oh, how can you tell? Never mind. I won't think too hard about that one.
It must still feel awful.
Yes, one does learn to deal with it after, years of frequently being unable to see oneself.
No, I meant the dirty cloak, not your shadowiness.
Oh well, yes, I just meant as in, I even though I cannot see the dirty coat, I know my coat is dirty. I'm sorry, I'm awkward.
No, you're
It's completely fine.
You're fine.
It's charming.
I've only known you for about a month or a few months, and it's a weird situation to navigate. You're all good.
Is it bad that I feel comfortable when my clothes are all crusty and Creek just kind of looks at her wardrobe and it's just all stanky and gross and batted?
Pig pen cloud over her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Scrag does not want to judge, but I've been basically naked this entire time. I have no pants.
Why do you think I've been standing in front of you and looking away? It's basically at face height for me.
What exactly are you trying to avoid?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
Fair.
Velociraptors!
Yes. I could go look for them and leave this awkward conversation.
I will accompany you. I will accompany you as well, so you don't get arrested again.
Friendship.
Well, if you're with him, at least he won't be alone when he gets arrested. I'm almost positive.
We didn't be cellmates.
Nash will pull Pickles to the side for a moment and just say quietly, Didn't we establish a rule where those two should not be buddies alone?
Right. Pickles kind of he kind of his mouth goes a little wide, like he does a Kermit face, And he's like,
imagine by this point, Creek and Scrag are following.
Hey, Creek, actually, why don't you come with me and we can
Too late.
No. Yeah. It's fine. Oh, do you need my assistance on finding a place to stay?
Did we actually manage to catch them, or do you think that they've gone by this point?
Yeah, we can all stay together for a little bit, please.
We haven't left yet. Rather, I'd help you search for an inn, please.
It might actually be better just given that, where it's a first time in a new city for all of us to just kind of stay together for a bit.
Yeah, and it's at this point you all, start to realize you're all hungry. And it's getting close to dinner time, and you guys haven't eaten since this morning. And the smell of food has started wafting over the entire area.
Baz, you've been here before. What's good eats?
I've mostly been taking my meals at the inn I've been staying at.
That place is a little expensive, as I recall.
Listen, I may be hoofing it, but I'm not slumming it.
Fair enough. Shall we? Can we make some rolls to try and find some places to eat?
Yeah.
And maybe get some intel in the meantime?
Yeah.
And Scrag makes some rolls to like go try and like literally hunt wild venison while they're doing this. I feel like
no.
Venison!
Venison in the middle of the city? Sure.
Leave the city.
I mean, if you're leaving the city, that is hours travel to get into where there's like a forest.
Never mind.
Scrag like picks up his beer like Scrag will be back.
In the morning.
Scrag, maybe let's just let's go to McDonald's instead, Scrag.
McDonald's at home.
McDonald's.
I can never go back.
Scrag has not eaten food prepared for him since he came here. Scrag likes to cook. And also hunt.
Perhaps Greg should treat himself for once. After a job well done.
Nice. Do I have any money?
We just
we just got money.
I had to give my money to someone.
Scrag did not receive any of the funds. We'll cover
Got a
for
little
you.
money.
Get a hamburger. You get a little Happy Meal.
Yay.
I'm sure between us we can cover our dear friend's meal.
Yeah, totally.
Can I follow my nose and like find?
Yeah. Roll me perceptions,
I actually have
guys.
30 gold pieces. Never mind. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
where I
fine.
got this from. I don't know what I just rolled.
Oh, the 24. Nice.
Yeah, 24 is pretty good. Just give me 1 second. I'm looking up a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, 17.
Ow, 17.
17.
17.
Can I roll society?
Yes, you sure can.
Or Joker.
You know, that might not be a bad thing to roll.
13.
13.
That's not that bad. Ooh.
Society. All right.
We live in it.
That's not the one I wanted.
Not the one that we want. Not the one that we want. Ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
no way.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so between Creek and you immediately smell food just up the road here. You see that there's a building that seems to be pretty popular. People are coming in. And Scrag, you also kind of smell that on the air. Vaz, you've heard that there's a pub right down the road next to the Horizons Walker Guild called the Cobble Path Pub. You've never been there yourself because it's mostly campaigners that goes there, but you guys are all campaigners now, so.
Uh-huh.
Food. Creek just goes.
Yeah, and it's just this pub right here. It's labeled on the map.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
You know, it makes sense for them. They probably do a lot of business with the Horizon Walkers, given they're like right next door. You think we get a discount? We should ask if we get a discount.
We get a dinosaur salesman discount.
That might actually be an upcharge with the way people have responded to that particular profession in this city.
You're probably right.
Yeah, as you get closer, the smell of food is getting stronger, the smell of ale, and the sound of music, cheerful, bright, upbeat music. And as you open the doors, you see in the Cobble Path Pub, you see a wide range of folks. More so than you've seen out and about in the city. There's a lot of human people in this city, but in here, you see all kinds of colorful folks. Most decked out in armor or carrying weapons, and there seems to be halflings, gnomes, half-orcs, half-elves, dwarves, catfolk. Everybody that you could imagine are here. And behind the counter of this bar, you see a red-skinned man with horns and a long, long blonde hair, decorated with like a lot of jewelry and dressed in a purple robe that is open way too far, revealing most of his chest. And I will bring up a picture if I can remember where the stuff is. Nope.
That's just found it, buddy.
Yeah, I forgot to upload the picture to this, but I'm just going to move you for a sec, Pickles, because you're on top of his token. There he is. Yay! If you scroll over, you'll see the art.
Oh my. That's saucy.
That's a saucy man. He's completely covered in jewelry, purples. It sparkles as he talks. You can see like his devilish tail whipping behind the counter, picking up like a drink tankard and putting it on, and he pours into it and hands it to somebody, laughing.
So like a flowers filter or like a heart filter as he laughs.
Yeah.
Anime bubbles.
Yeah, there's anime bubbles, anime sparkles. He is just like exuberant charisma.
This is a character I would flirt with if I was not playing a literal reptilian, like 100%.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Scrag is anything but little. That's a huge boy.
Yeah.
That's a big old boy.
Big old boy.
Creek, like, Creek's doing something dumb. She's gonna, like, step up awkwardly to this guy and just say in the weirdest, like, voice, how does that happen here? Food, please.
He like looks at you and like a big smile crosses his face. You can see little fangs, and he goes, "My, I haven't seen you around here before. Food, yes, 1 second. What would you like?"
Meat, preferably not turkey. I've had a lot of that.
I can get you a roast chicken. That's our specialty.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
All right. He like snaps his fingers, and like behind the counter you see like a little rat folk rush off to the kitchen, and he like leans onto the counter, leaning onto his palm, and like tilts his head and goes, "What brings you to the pub other than food? I haven't seen you around here."
Mostly the food part. Secondly, probably a drink part. But mostly... Yeah, just the food. That's it.
Are you in the Horizon Walkers?
Why, yes. We just got our application today.
Excellent. Most folks here are, as we're next door. It also tends to get a little rowdy here, so, non-campaigners tend to not love it here. So I tend to ask. The name is Gabrielle Dumont. I own the place. I even perform sometimes. Please, the rest of you, what can I get you?
Horny man, I would like a drink and a meal.
All right. More
and
chicken?
Screg, yes, does call him horny man.
Horny man. And he just smiles at that and goes, "I'm a tiefling, sir."
Apologies. This is not my first language, as you may be able to predict.
Oh, I'm also horny, but not at the table, sir.
Yes, you have horns. I can see them.
And he like pulls up some more tankards and pours it. "You're great. Here you go, sir."
Thank you. And he will put a gold piece down. Oh, is that enough for me and all my friends?
Oh, goodness. And he looks at it and goes, "Yeah, that'll be more than enough, sir."
Cool.
We got a
would like a round for all of my friends, and also a large. Do you have mutton?
We do have mutton.
May I have a mutton?
You may have a mutton, sir. And again,
appetizer situation.
we got mozzarella sticks. They're very popular.
Are we talking unlimited mozzarella sticks, or is there a limit? Will we be cut off?
You'll be cut off after 2 baskets.
Damn. All right.
I'm afraid they're very popular. I can't just give them away.
I concede to your superior business knowledge. Pickles will, by the way, the entire night be studying this scroll and just munching on mozzarella sticks. He does that thing that I do, where he eats the appetizers and then he's too full for the rest of the meal.
Oh, yeah.
Completely fair. Completely fair.
But yeah, he brings out a chicken for Scrag. A little rat folk like pushes the chicken up on the counter, and it brings some mutton for Scrag and for Creek and Scrag, and then.
I like to imagine Creek and Scrag are trying each other's food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Creek has no, table manners at all. Just like,
Oh, yeah, both of them. And also, if there's, a comically large bone left over, with some meat left on it, Scrag will give that to Gertie. Just a comically large bone.
Yeah, she loves to chew on that. Nom 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 nom. And you, my darling lady, what can I get you? He says to you, Vaz.
I'll have a glass of red wine and whatever your favorite is on the menu, darling.
Oh, of course. And he, gets you some wine, and he brings out this very colorful, fruit salad.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then finally he, looks at Nash and goes, what can I get you? He, squints for a second, tries to make out some shapes, and goes, fellow tiefling.
Oh, yes, same as her, minus the wine.
I can handle that. And again brings out another salad, or fruit salad. So you all new in town. You have any questions?
Oh, have you seen any velociraptors?
Yeah, that's a good one to leave with, actually.
He
I think that's probably our most high priority query at the moment.
He pauses and then looks over at Gertie. Goes, is that a velociraptor?
Yes, I'm looking for like Gertie, but smaller.
Afraid I haven't seen anything like that. I can't imagine the law keepers would want anything like that in town.
Mm-hmm. Can I put up a poster?
Of course, dear. We have a wall. And then he points to, a far wall where a bunch of, missing posters are shoved on with, knives.
Do you have a poster?
Scrag will pull out, a really crude drawing of, a little velociraptor. And it just says, missing, if found, please call Scrag, and then a smiley face.
Please call for him. Oh my god.
I stand
Just imagine them shouting down the street, Scrag!
Call for Scrag.
Oh, Scrag. Yeah, and Scrag will actually, with one of his own feathers, pin it to the board.
Cool. Yeah.
Ooh.
Boop.
I know what kind of board it is. Is it made of wood, or...?
It's this... It's wooden, a little bit of cork, and there are, all kinds of, small help wanted, but they're nothing like what you saw at the Horizons Gate. There's mostly just a cat missing, that kind of thing.
Greg will take actually one of the cat missing ones. That seems like something he could do. So take what if there's a little thing hanging off the bottom, he'll take that.
Yeah. Take the little one there, boop. And as you're walking back, all of you spot that there is a table with a group of 4 that is eyeing you. There's a grumpy-looking human woman that just looks like somebody spat in her drink. She has brown hair tied tightly to her head and feathers on her armor. And you see what appears to be a half-elf with dark eyes and black hair, wearing light armor and a scarf around his neck. And next to them is a dwarf woman with warm brown skin and frizzy black hair. Her eyes are hidden behind a pair of thick goggles. Finally, an orcish woman with long black hair that is tied back in a loose braid. Her armor looks like a little out of place from what you normally see, with more flowing design elements and more rounded corners. And her boots point up. She has gold jewelry in various places on her outfit.
As Nash walks by, he doesn't appear to pay much attention to them, but his shadow will look at them and wave.
And as that happens, the half-elf looks at the shadow and waves back.
Aww.
I do not have a colored picture of them, but here they are.
Aww, look at
The
that.
hurricane hawks.
Yeah, the hurricane hawks. And the half-elf waves at the shadow and then looks at you, Nash, and goes, "What do we have here? A gaggle of tenderfeet. We've got some competition, folks." And the brown-haired woman kind of like thumbs her nose and goes, "They look like they'll retire within a week." And then the little dwarf, she goes, "The statistical probability they'll survive this line of work, inconclusive." And the orcish woman goes, "Oh, you two, please, don't be so rude. The divine dragon would frown upon your dismissal. I'm sure they'll be fine."
Screg is going to say, "I am a war veteran."
"Oh, isn't that lovely? So am I," says the orc woman.
"You are a paladin of the cosmic dragon?"
"I am."
Screg is going to kind of like, is there like a peace be upon you equivalent or something?
Kinda,
For
like,
the worshippers
you
of the
like,
cosmic dragon?
you like put your hands over your eyes and go, "May the stars guide you."
Yeah, Screg will do that.
And she will do it back in return and smile. "See, they're nice folks." And the little dwarf kind of just, you can tell she's rolling her eyes even though you can't see them past the goggles. And the human woman just kind of like looks you up and down and goes, Nah, I don't trust these guys."
Greg is going to ignore everyone except the half-orc paladin and immediately start talking about, like, yes, there are people on our island called Zolgaths, and they are like us, but they worship demons, and so we have to fight them. And my dad is also a paladin of the... And then he kind of just goes on this long tangent.
Yeah, she excitedly listens to you, and she's just kind of like bouncing in her chair a little bit, and it's very funny because she's very large.
So is Greg, so, you know, normal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pickles is not paying attention to any of this. He is literally studying this spell, and he's not trying to learn it just yet, but he's studying this spell that he got and stuffing his mouth full of mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Pickles is vibing. Creek is actually gonna glare at the human, and just kind of goes, "Are we gonna have a problem here?"
"Depends. You're gonna make this a problem?" And like the half elf kind of wraps his arm around the human woman and goes, "No, we don't have a problem. Come on, Juliet. And she's like, "Rue, get your arm off me or I will break it off." And he like goes, "No, sorry. And the half elf kind of like flops his hair down and goes, "Hi, my name's Ryu Woo-jin. This is Juliet. Becerra is our ranger," and she just kind of, the little dwarf goes, and goes back to like tinkering with something. And it looks like Gulu has monopolized your lizard.
Is Gulu now sharing any of her war stories?
Yeah, she is excitingly telling you about some horrific giant beast that came out of the desert and how she and her father took it down with their morning stars in a blaze of glory.
You have, like, Scrag is, like, stars in his eyes. Like, you think you might see a heart there also, you're not sure. But, no, he is, like, enraptured by this.
Part of the fun. Yeah, so Creek's just like, well, we're all on the same team, so let's all work together, shall we?
You're on your team, we're on ours, the woman says. And then Rio just kind of like rolls his eyes and goes, we'll compete for the same jobs. Doesn't mean we're enemies. Come on. There's so many jobs in town. She goes, yeah, there's only so many jobs in town. Bet you we will meet the next rank before you all. And Ryu just kind of like shakes his head and goes, she's so competitive.
I forgot there were other ranks. Tell me more about the beast.
Oh, it has so many teeth. Oh, I have one. And she like digs in her bag and pulls out this giant tooth and goes, look at it. Isn't it cool?
Scrag will show her his necklace made of the beasts he's killed.
That's amazing.
I love they're just dorking out. I love it.
This is like Scrag's new friend. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I love it.
They're besties. Creek's
They might be besties. No, you're both Scrag's besties. He's ruined his life for many besties. He's a big lizard. He's got a lot of love to give.
He do. Creek smirks and goes, yeah, it's not a competition. We're just here to make money and help people. Nothing wrong with that.
I got arrested. Trying to sell dinosaurs. Have you seen any velociraptors?
I'm sorry, a what? And then the little gnome, or the dwarf pokes up and goes, velociraptors are dinosaurs. They are commonly associated with southern regions as it is too cold up here for them to survive the harsh winters. And she goes back to like tinkering with something.
Greg is going to hold up Gertie. Like this one.
Oh, that's a weird looking chicken.
It's a smaller looking chicken.
I think it's larger, actually, than most chickens.
No, the babies are actually about chicken-sized.
Naked chickens. We're looking for naked chickens.
No, they have feathers.
Wait, they do?
Yeah.
Since when?
It's tiny.
Oh.
Since science decided that they have chicken feathers now.
Yeah.
Until the scientific journals say that dinosaurs, maybe they didn't have feathers, I don't know. I'm going to say that they do have feathers here.
The velociraptors definitely do.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And Archaeopteryxes.
So we're looking for very vicious chickens.
I'll tell you. If we see any, I guess we'll send you a note.
Speaking of chicken, are you guys hungry?
And you like look down and they have a spread on their table. Yeah, we just took down a nasty gremlin on the north end of town. It was causing some problems. We got paid handsomely for it.
Bunch of them.
Really?
Yeah.
More gremlins. And she looks at Ryu, and Ryu looks at her, and he kind of frowns a little bit, goes, alright. There's been quite a few gremlins poking around. More than normal. They get brought into these cities often because they like to terrorize. They hate civilization, these little critters. But there's been a lot lately. It's very, very odd.
Pickles will put down his mozzarella sticks and his spell scroll, and then will turn his attention to the ball and say, And now I have some questions for you.
Full disclosure, Vaz has just been schmoozing around the bar.
Awesome. I love it.
Good.
Yeah, Gabrielle will like
Jesus,
point you
smart.
out to like the best spots to schmooze. And like people are eating up whatever you tell them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Want to make another society roll?
Yeah.
Society!
Roll society, see if you're good at smoozing.
Oh god, if I fuck this up, I'm gonna laugh.
You got it. You got 2 hero points.
I do have 2 hero points. Society!
Society.
21.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
People love you. You know exactly how to talk to, like, all of these campaigners, how to hit their right buttons and make them go, yeah. You butter up the right ones, show off to the right ones. Just, everybody thinks you're pretty great, Vaz.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are just really getting on the wrong fucking side.
Nash has just been standing there, like, listening to the others talk, like, this fruit salad with a fork, which is just, like, the wildest thing to watch, because at some point, like, Are we at a table, like, next to their table? Did we make it to?
Yeah, I think at this point you've got a table next to theirs. You, like, went from the bar over there.
So, like,
Greg
his
is
fruit
doing
salad...
the
His fruit salad's, like, sitting on the table looking normal. His fork at this point in his hand has been absorbed in the shadow. So he'll, like, get a piece of fruit on his fork and then... Oh, I hit a key. Sorry.
You raised
And
your
then,
hand.
like, and, like, take a bite, and it's just, like, essentially all you see is, like, the piece of the fruit on the end of the fork just disappear. In the general area where you assume his mouth would be.
Beautiful. So yeah, Gulu and Scrag are hitting it off. Basara is ignoring all of you. Ryu is kind of trying to get, like, conversation going, and Juliet is just kind of frowning.
Which part of town did you say you saw these this gremlin in?
In the central district. They were causing some problems in some merchant houses.
Merchants. Any specific, like, was it just one or a couple of different places?
A couple of different places. They were making a bit of a mess. I heard yesterday that some were in the manufacturing district, and then the day before that there was some in the lower district. They just more and more just popping up and tearing up signs and getting into houses.
By any chance, and this might be a stretch, I don't know how long y'all have been in the city. By any chance, was there an area nearby? Was the area where the gremlins were known for any illegal or illicit activity? Anything like, money laundering, smuggling, kidnappings, anything like that?
I don't know if gremlins are known for money laundering.
No, not the gremlins. The areas where the gremlins were found.
Now that's interesting. I do know when we the group that caught them in the lower district, there was some hints of the river rats being involved. Some, like, stolen goods. Manufacturing district too, it looked like there was different spots that refused to do business with the river rats. As this is what I've heard anyways. And Juliet just kind of rolls her eyes and goes, "Stop giving them all our information. You talk too much." And she punches his shoulder.
Working towards the same thing. We don't have to pretend that we're whatever.
Well, to that note, in exchange, you can add near the River Ferry docks to that list.
Yeah, Pickles, we'll nod at that. Like, I was actually just about to offer them the same information. But, yeah, Nash has probably got better notes about that. But yeah, we, Actually, it might be worth us going back to our person and checking to see if they had refused dealings with the river rats, because we, You remember anything about the type of gremlins that you were dealing with? We were dealing with, Oh, I had them in my notes somewhere. It was, I think a couple grimples and a Jinkin and Grindyloa too. Do you remember anything about what kind of gremlins you fought?
Definitely some Mitflits. There was a Grimple. I think there was a Jinkin too.
He gave me lice.
Yeah, you really got to watch out for those things. They're getting everywhere.
Oh yeah, trust me. Next opportunity I get, we're investing in some cold steel. I think when we can afford that, of course.
Thankfully, I can swim very good, so I just jumped in the water and the lice were fine.
Speaking of which, in the river rats, how much do y'all know about the river rats in the city? I've only just gotten here, and I know precious little about them.
Juliet frowns and crosses her arms and goes, "River rats are scum. It's what they are. I know that."
Yeah, but that doesn't really help.
You didn't let me finish, little guy. River rats are scum. They not only do they steal from the fine folks making goods, they bribe the ones that are crooked enough to take them. And they deal in far more than just goods. Dangerous creatures, animals. This is what I've heard, that they have taken people to the Athenian Empire. People! Smuggling all kinds of things. They took some orcs. I don't know what they plan on doing with them.
Oh dear.
They are the lowest of the low scum. They'll do anything for a quick buck. This is why they associate with the Assassins Guild and the Thief Guild. Nothing but a bunch of no good, dirty, rotten...
Thieves?
Thieves, yes.
Well, for what it's worth, I anticipate that we will all probably see some amount of work to do with this going forward. That, of course, being both a good and bad thing. Good in the amount of coin it will likely bring all of us, but bad in the fact that they're probably meddling with forces beyond their control in some way. I would bet money, not a lot of money, I don't have a lot of money, that they are in some way associated with the Fae, and if there's one thing that I have always been taught, it is that you don't fuck with the Fae.
And you see the dwarf nod and goes, "Fae are illogical. I don't understand them. I want to stay away from them.
They steal people's kids a lot."
Illogical? That's so illogical. Why would you want children?
Pickles kind of looks at Screg when Screg says that, as though something kind of clicks in his mind.
Pickles, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
If I am, it's not a very good thought, but it might be a lead. It might be the best lead we have.
He took my velociraptors.
That also concerns me, and I'm worried that that's also related. Because once you lost sight of them, Scrag, we don't know whether it was other shady types in that area where you were who took them, or if it was the lockkeepers.
They might have
not a
just
little
run off.
If they, I don't think they run off is the thing, because I feel like we would have heard about them one way or another since then. It's not
That
like
does-
they. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that does feel like that would be news to have velociraptors running amok. No matter how
they're babies, right? Don't you normally have to train them on things like hiding and that kind of stuff? They're still young.
Well, they have survival instincts, and I train them to, find their way home. That's the one thing I train them for. Oh,
Home being you, right?
but yeah, Gertie, really. She's kind of, they've imprinted on her.
Yeah. So if they were free, roaming free, they probably would have found their way back to Gertie by now. I mean, we've been all over the city. They probably would have picked up their scent at some point.
They did have dinosaur eggs in the basement of that horrible Redmond place. So they're probably dealing in dinos. Or something.
My concern is
Go ahead.
as straight and narrow as our friend, the lawkeeper is, and how much I doubt that he himself would do anything legal. I don't think it's above other people in his employ to make a little bit of money on the side or something. But we're not going to get anywhere by walking into the lawkeeper's base and accusing him of that. That's just going to get us in more trouble and give him more forehead wrinkles than he already has. So the question then becomes, was this a situation where the lawkeepers are crooked, or do we have to worry about one of these other smuggling guilds? Did the river rats come in and swoop in? Because according to, you were saying, I think, according to the lawkeeper, as far as he knows, they don't know anything about these. About your dinosaurs. So it's not like they just went mysteriously missing one day.
Isn't a conspiracy afoot?
It might be too soon to say that all of this is connected, but I don't think that we do ourselves a disservice by not assuming that for now.
Greg nods.
That's at least where I am. I'm not sure. Nash, what do you think? What do you think is our next port of call as far as investigating? I mean, what do we do? Scour the city for any signs of errant dinosaurs?
Perhaps, or if we know that there is now a connection between these increased gremlin sightings and our river rats, if we are suspecting them to be connected, then any sign of gremlins as well, we should be on the lookout.
Maybe we can see about any businesses that have rejected dealings with the river rats in the past.
Should we do this tomorrow? Greg is very tired.
I completely agree with you on that. I don't think we're going to get anything out of people right now, and asking those sorts of questions late at night is a good way to get a knife in your back. Where is Vaz? Oh. Pickles looks up and notices Vaz just kind of schmoozing, talking up all sorts of people in the bar like, well, I think she's fine.
She's sloshed. People have been buying her drinks.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe she's not fine.
She looks like she's having a great time. And she has a sword, so nobody's gonna mess with her.
Yeah, Vaz, you have led a corner of the bar in a song, and everybody's going along. None of the lyrics are right, but the spirit's there.
And that's all you can ask for.
Yep. Alright, so what do you plan on doing for the night?
Just getting absolutely wasted with Gula. Just fucking smashed with Gula.
Awesome.
Is there lodging here?
There is common room lodging, which basically means once everybody passes out from being drunk, you can sleep on the floor.
Yay!
Oh, that's nice.
Before everybody gets drunk and passes out, Nash will look to the Hurricane Hawks and tell them, I understand now that we are rivals of a sort, competitors, but at least as far as these velociraptors are concerned, since we do seem to be after the same group, if you do find any information about them, I believe he said there were 8 of them, do let us know.
All right, I can do that for you, honey. The half-elf says, and then Juliet punches him in the arm again. Ow! Fine, we'll look for your dinosaurs.
You.
Let's see if we can maybe get like a more. I at least want to get like one room for us nearby. There's a friend here at the bar. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names today.
Gabrielle?
Gabrielle?
Owner of the bar? Yeah?
Yeah.
Gabrielle Dumont, how can I help you?
What would you recommend as far as room lodgings around here? Because I'm not sure I'm wild about sleeping on the floor, and I don't think that my friend Bassett here would appreciate it either.
There's a scale from cheap to expensive. The scale has, varying quality of bed bugs to, comfortable. Where do you want to land on the scale?
Let's maybe get a couple clicks up from the worst, grimiest place you'd ever seen, and start with there. And then if I feel like I need to upgrade, I'll worry about that then.
All right. Roadside Inn's pretty all right. It's just up the road there, across from the church. I would not recommend Farmer's Rest. Farmers stay there for a reason, and it smells like it.
Huh.
Farmers only.
Farmers only! And then, you know what they say, those country girls, they make do, and I don't want to know what they make do with.
Oh!
Well, that was just an uncomfortable thing to be the experience to be a part of. That little exchange we had there.
Apologies,
Nash.
sorry. I have the kind of clientele we have here.
Nash, could I ask you to accompany me? Maybe we can secure some lodgings for the night, and later we can kind of shepherd our gaggle of presumably drunks over there later.
Yes, I believe I could, and we could leave them under the watchful eye of our patron here.
Hey, Creek, look at me. Creek, I need you to look at me. He will he'll get up on a stool and look her in the eye. Creek?
I am looking. Yes? Mm-hmm.
No bar fights.
Oh, a little bar fight.
No bar
Anyone?
fights.
Oh,
It's our first day here.
If you want, Greek.
It's
I
our
won't get
first day
angry.
here.
Girl up here gave me a
Maybe
stink eye all
trying
around.
to-
I want to give it a go.
Creek, darling, look at the man behind the counter. Do you want to make him upset?
Oh, I don't. Bar fight outside?
Well, it wouldn't be a bar fight then.
I don't. Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Street fight! Ah! Man,
No. That would make worse people upset.
Can someone get her some water?
I don't need water.
Physician, heal thyself. You look a little sloshed yourself.
There's water in my veins.
What?
She is named Creek.
Vass just points at Creek from across the bar.
By the way, imagine that Pickles and Nash are both stone cold sober.
The only responsible ones. Oh yeah.
Greg is like the type of drunk where like you can tell your friends are drunker than you, so you're kind of not enjoying yourself because you're worried about them.
Oh no.
Aww. Creek is very much belligerent. is always ready for a fight. I'm sorry.
No, I love it. And Vaz, I imagine, is a party girl. She's just partying.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Getting down.
Get crunk after a bad day.
Okay,
I just want to dance. I just want to dance.
Yes.
dance. Wait, how about... Okay, no fight. Arm wrestling. Arm wrestling? Can we wrestle?
What do you think, Nash?
I think that might be arm wrestling might be a slippery slope to full wrestling, but
And Scrag and Gula arm wrestle. I feel like they've already tried to do this.
Yeah.
Let's arm wrestle.
What do I roll for that?
Roll me athletics, and I'll tell you if you win or not.
I probably will not win. I feel like Gula's super strong.
She's pretty strong.
I feel like in this specific arm wrestle, there isn't really a loser. This is just the person who didn't win.
Yep.
Yeah, this is having fun.
I tell you what, Creek, only arms and only one at a time.
Oh, 21, wow.
21, that's real good. Yeah, like you get grip, and it is a, like, you guys stay put for a little bit, and you push, and she pushes harder, and then you push, and she pushes back, and you get a little bit too much, and slam her arm down. She goes, oh, nobody's beaten me in a while. That's really impressive.
Thank you. You're really impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Nash, thank you. And Creek just stumbles over to Julia and goes, you, me, arm wrestle now.
Hey, Nash, we should get ourselves some of that plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Yes, I think at this point it is but a clock ticking down, so we should make haste.
Greg is gonna order, like, hey, excuse me, could my friend get a water, maybe 2, but can my friend get 3 waters?
I am the water.
Yeah, and
I'll make sure
Gabrielle
she
like
doesn't
saunters over with like a pitcher and puts it on the table. Goes, here you go, folks. And it's got like
Creek, I bet you
little ice
can't
cubes.
drink this whole thing.
Try me. Creek just down.
Entire pitcher of water.
Like how he did exactly what would work.
Yes, you got her down to a T. But she does like the 11-year-old like chug.
When she finishes, Scrag will applaud for sure.
Ah! All right, I want to find Julia.
Antics.
Yeah, Juliet
wrestling.
kind of like rolls her eyes and puts her arm on the table and goes, all right, frail lady, let's go.
Okay. Athletics. Hiya! Ooh, 15.
15, yeah, she like gets you and like you think for a second you got her, but she slams your hand down and goes, nobody beats the blade.
Oh, she got a nickname.
That's from the back. Oh.
She is more experienced, so she got a nickname.
She's unlocked titles. She's definitely more experienced.
And then Ryu like leans over and goes, she gave herself the title, and then leans back and then she smacks him in the arm. And he just goes, would you stop hitting me? Stop making me mad then. And he goes, I think you've had too much, honey.
Creek kind of just cries. She's like, no. I'm not strong.
And the dwarf kind of like peers over slightly and goes, the statistical probability of you beating Juliet was low. And then she like slides off screen again.
It only matters if I try. I tried. She cries at Scrag. I tried really hard.
It's okay. Scrag still thinks you are strong and cool.
Thank you. I have a nickname too. Shade of the Woods. It's pretty cool.
That is a very cool nickname.
Thank you.
All right, Nash and Pickles, you make your way down the path, the cobblestone road, and the sun is definitely setting now. It's starting to get dark, and you walk past what looks to be a huge garden maze almost. You can see the tops of statues in the garden, but you can't really see in very well from where you are. You keep walking past this giant cathedral, and a little bit further, and you end up at the Roadside Inn, which is a nice little place right next to the river. And you remember that you kind of been over here when you ended up in the River Rat's little hut, but it's a little further south. The Roadside Inn is north from there. And it's pretty quiet as you walk in, and there is a older man at the counter with like a gray mustache and like hair slicked back very tight into a ponytail. His hair is receding. Can I help you?
Yeah, sorry for the late call on you. We were hoping to maybe procure a couple rooms for us and some friends. We'll be staying in town for a little bit, and we wanted to have somewhere nearby our place of work to have a port of call, as it were.
2 rooms. That'll be 2 silver rooms, 4 silver for a night.
What do you think, Nash? Do you think 2? 2 should be fine, right? I mean, because Vaz has already got her own place.
Yes, I think that would be quite sufficient.
Okay. Do you want to just pay for the 1 day now? And, why don't we just do it by the day for now?
Yes, I think a night-by-night basis would be best. And Nash will offer up 4 silver.
Yeah, and he takes it and slides it in and then hands you 2 room keys with like a big chunk of wood like on the end of them with like numbers on them, and it's room 12 and 13.
Pickles will take room 13.
Rooms are top first, the second floor there on the right. No wild parties after 8 o'clock.
You don't need to worry about that, Nan. I think we'll just have a couple people who'll need to sleep some stuff off, but we'll make sure to keep them from getting too.
Meanwhile, Scrag and Krieg are just getting absolutely crunk.
Oh, definitely.
We'll make sure they wear themselves out before we bring them here.
Much appreciate that. We're a quiet little inn. I can't handle them like I used to.
Completely understandable. Okay. What was your name?
My name is Sanders.
Sanders. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanders. We appreciate the flexibility. It's a little late to be making reservations.
I mean, I'm a roadside inn. It comes with the job.
Okay. And this entire time,
Dog outside.
There's a dog outside. Yeah.
Pickles has seemed like he's had something on his mind, like he's kind of going through this just to have something automatic to do. And as we kind of settle up with him, Pickles will kind of like head outside a little bit quickly, and Nash, having known Pickles for a little bit, can see that there's something clearly bothering Pickles.
Is this something you'd like to talk about?
Yeah. Pickles kind of rubs his neck a little bit. Is that statue nearby? Is that garden over there like open to people?
Yeah, you kind of poke in, like kind of turn your head, and it is a pretty big garden, but there's an opening and it's almost like a little maze, and as you walk in, you see different statues.
Can I roll a religion check to see if I can find Lexodus?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
So yeah, you walk in, and almost like on instinct, you start following the path of this little garden maze. Turn the corners, you walk past this large dragon, you walk past this veiled figure in robes with long clawed hands. You walk past a weaver, and then you stop in front of Lexitus. Very similar to the statue that is in the Lawkeepers. You see she's got that plate armor, she's got the scale, the gauntlet, and the shield.
After you all left, Nash, the Lawkeeper's place. Well, I suppose it should start earlier. First time we met the Lawkeeper, as he was leaving, I got this weird feeling in the back of my neck. Like it's like that feeling like there's something that you're forgetting, but it was like... It was like not just that I was forgetting, but that like... This isn't gonna make any sense. My knee was forgetting something. Something inside this little goblin body of mine ain't right, and I don't know what it is. But that was the feeling I got when I looked at this guy. And then later when he, after you all left, he asked me to stay back, and he got all cryptic and weird about it, which was weird given how straightforward he's been so far, but he said, I'm not all goblin, and I don't know what that means, but it's got something to do, and he kind of points, with this guy right here, and her unending library, and it kills me that I don't know. I don't know anything about this or this whatever. It might be just complete, bullshit. He might be just telling me this just to fuck with me and doing some weird magics to manipulate me. But he said some things in there that just rang a little too true,
It seems an awful lot of effort to go to just to fool one small goblin who just wandered into town that day.
Yeah. But I don't know what it's about, but something tells me I need to figure it out soon. And I'd like your help with that if that's okay.
Figuring things out is sort of my job. I'd be happy to help, Pickles.
Pickles kind of smiles at him. And he goes, I haven't had a whole lot of friends before you, but I bet even if I had, you'd be one of the best ones I'd ever have.
Likewise, my little friend.
Well, we should go back and make sure that our friends didn't intrude on Gabriella's hospitality too much.
Yes.
We can worry about this in the morning. We don't want to delve too much into any libraries at night. It'll ruin my eyes.
Yes, giant libraries could be a problem for another day.
So yeah, you collect yourself and head out of the garden, and both of you kind of proc in the back of your head that these are all the important gods to this area. What you're missing specifically is Ophinia, the goddess of magic. There is no iconography of her at all in this garden. And as you exit and head back towards the Cobble Path Pub, you hear that music again, perking up. You see someone stumble out into the street, drunk, flops to the floor.
Is that one of our drunks? Nope, does not look like it.
Yeah, it's just like a human man, and he like kind of perks and goes, "Hello, small green child. You look sick." And he flops down on the ground.
Well, sir, if I'm sick, I don't even want to think about what you got going. He's buffing.
Yeah.
I need that cleaning, Nash. I need that. Remind me tomorrow. Do not let me forget. I need that cleaning spell. If we're gonna be around people barfing all over the place, I need that. Will not leave my prepared spell list for the duration of our time in this city.
All right.
We move around this drunk, passed out poor dude and go inside to collect our perks.
Yeah, what is Scrag and Creek and Vaz doing?
This is exactly the smash cut in BuzzFeed Unsolved when they were having this very respectful conversation about what they were doing, and then they transition in the New Orleans one where they were, and then they transitioned to Ryan and Shane partying and shouting, "I stole these off a lady I met on the Titanic."
Exactly.
I've never seen that.
Same. I don't know what you're talking. So Scrag is just chilling with Gula and trying to make sure that Creep does not drink herself to death.
Oh, she's already gone, babe.
Alright. So Scrag is kind of like has like one arm around Creek trying to keep her upright, like a little Weekend at Bernie's thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's very much like just like out for the count, just blackout drunk.
Yeah. Her head's like resting on like just a bunch of raptor feathers.
Yeah. I think at like one point Gabrielle comes over to Vaz and goes, "Have you seen Levi Ward? You must have seen him.
What?
Have you seen Levi? He was you must have seen him at the guild today."
Oh, hours ago at the guild, darling. I have no idea what he does when he gets off of work.
I was hoping perhaps maybe he'd finally come out of the guild house. I so miss when he used to come by. He's been so busy.
Oh, darling, tea.
He's just always so busy.
There,
Years back, before he used to work for the guild, I used to see him all the time.
Well, sometimes a man can be married to his job, but have you, perhaps given him something else to think about in the meantime?
Perhaps I will come by and leave a request, as they say.
Definitely do that, and I think this little low-cut number might be the thing to do it in.
Oh,
it's fetching.
This little thing. It's my favorite.
Yes.
So comfortable.
It brings out the color of your eyes beautifully.
Yes, Sown Hope, their lead designer, did it.
Of course. I mean, if you're going after an old friend, you only want to wear the best.
Oh, of course. He's just... I don't think I've seen him leave the guild house since he joined up. It's just such a shame.
Oh, that can't be healthy. You have to get away from work sometimes.
You'd think... but yes, I will take you up on your advice, and I will trot on down tomorrow, if I wake up before noon.
Oh, darling, don't trot. Saunter.
Oh, of course. You're a peach.
And you're a gem.
I do sparkle. And he is a little
cannot be
tipsy.
stopped. If Gabriella was in our party,
God.
it would be... Oh, we'd be a menace.
He's got no fighting skills. He would not last long.
This is Vaz's new best friend. Protect at all costs.
Yeah.
Everyone is getting new best buddies.
It's
They're
good.
besties, Your Honor. And, like, Creek responds to that with, like, drunkenly, and I'm getting frenemies. I'm looking at you. Stares at, like, she's trying to point at Juliet, but she's, like, pointing at a wall.
Yeah. And Juliet still, like, spots it and, like, does the 2 fingers to the eyes and fingers at you and glares. But yeah, Nash and Pickles, you run into everybody drunk off their chairs.
Hey, gold star for you all. The building did not burn down.
I was good. I didn't start any fights. I was good.
He passed
Honestly-
out.
She did try to eat the centerpiece, though.
Okay, a little bit.
Yeah, there's a big centerpiece of, like, all these leaves. It looks beautiful, but it also has a small nibble out of the side of it now.
If they didn't want to make it look so appetizing, they shouldn't have. And, like, Creek is just, like, mumbling into the table, like, face down.
Well, we did not specifically forbid it, so I suppose we cannot fault you for it.
Yeah, that one's on us, I think.
I made sure she did not do anything incredibly self-harmful. I met a friend.
It looks like you two really hit it off.
She has big muscles. I like her.
That's a mood.
Yeah, and you kind of see her out of the corner of your eye now. She has scooped up the Ryu, the half-elf, in, like, one arm and flings him over her shoulder, fireman style, and, like, picks up Julia, who is not drunk, but she is just, like, picked up and looks grumpy as they go off.
I like that.
And scuttling behind them is the dwarf who is, like, writing notes. They head off to a back corner to kind of get comfortable.
Well, you all will be happy to know that Nash and I got us some lodging. Vaz, I assume. Do you want us to walk you home, Vaz, or...
No, I'm sure I've got it. What was it you said earlier, Screg? I have a sword, no one will bother me? I'd like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Greg waves goodbye to Gula.
do you want to take
as they
Bastard with
leave.
you, Vaz? Maybe for some protection? They'll probably scare off, and like, don't get too close, don't touch him. But...
Oh, come here, you darling thing. I'm sure it's fine.
And, Bastard actually does allow Vaz to pick him up.
Yes!
Yeah, he looks grumpy, but he's still, like, he kind of looks like when you pick up a sloth and their, like, arms go flying upward.
Aw, doing a little stretch?
Yeah, he just kind of gets stuck like that, though. Like, he doesn't quite know how to handle this, but he allows it.
He's letting
Pickles
it
looks
happen.
dumbfounded. Wow. I have never seen... This has been a strange day all around for a lot of reasons. But probably that the most. Anyway, we will get these two home, and, yeah, and I guess we'll all maybe meet up at the Horizon Walkers tomorrow?
I have a home.
Yeah, we have an inn.
Yay!
I think that Scrug and I will probably need to share accommodations given we probably equal out to medium-sized folk.
There you go.
Alright, and we're gonna... Nash and I think, unless Nash had anything else to do before we left...
No, he's just gonna help.
Shepherd these two. Yeah. We are not getting anywhere near the river until we get right up to the doors of the inn, by the way. We are not messing with that. We're on the other side of the road, and Nash and I, Pickles is making sure to, like, as much as he can, like, block and, like, prevent them from falling fucking...
Yeah, like, Nash is trying to guide them, like, himself, but if they get too far from him, his shadow, like, while it can't touch them, is still, like, it extends itself out in front of them with, like, a shooing motion of, nope, go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Creek's just, like, kind of like, but Creek, River Creek, that's me. River Creek, got Creek. River Creek, got Creek.
Yeah.
Well, creeks and rivers have beds, and so does this inn, so let's go there.
That's clever. Okay, yes. Creek is very much wobbly and just goes to the inn with everybody.
Yeah. Well, Creek, you do, like, you stumble a little bit, but people are holding you up, and, like, there's a moment, though, where you catch the moon out of the corner of your eye. The sun has set, the sky is dark, and the sky is filled with these stars, and you see the moon, and despite being so drunk, you are suddenly, like, hit by this very melancholic feeling in the center of your heart, and you're not 100% sure why. And you kind of, like, brush it off as, like, being drunk, but it's the moon feels very bright tonight.
Okay. She's gonna mumble this, and I don't know if anyone's gonna hear this, but she's just gonna mumble, I am so happy I'm alive.
Awesome. But yeah, you all get to the Roadside Inn, open those doors, and stumble into the inn.
And Vaz walked the other direction, holding Bastard and singing whatever song she had started at the bar.
Yep. And it has morphed 3 times by now, but it is still a catchy song.
Hell yeah.
I wonder.
And Vaz gets her way to the Seafoam Inn, and Hikari is there behind the counter, and she kind of gives you a little wave.
Darling, I have had the worst day, but the best evening. Put the tea on, I'm telling you all about it. This is Bastard, by the way.
Oh my. That is, quite a little... Yes, of course, tea, yes. I'll bring it to your room immediately, my lady. And she starts scrambling to make some tea and draw your bath.
I love Hikari's attempts to keep their relationship professional at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does not know how to handle over-familiarity. She's used to people treating her like garbage because rich people live or stay here.
Meanwhile, Vaz is like, I have some hot goss for you this evening. Get ready.
Yeah. And yeah, as you all settle in for the night, I think that's actually where we'll end it for today.
Yeah.
I would like to...
That was fun.
I would like to make one last request.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I, before I go to sleep, can I spend, because I actually pre-bought the materials to do it, can I make my attempt to learn the spell Thoughtful Gift?
You certainly can.
Yes. So that's just an Arcana, I believe.
Yes.
Sorry, I think that, Shelf has something to say?
Oh, yeah. Shelps?
2 things real quick. First, Creek, do you have dark vision?
Oh, shoot. I think I do. Hold up.
Okay, because Creek and Nash are sharing a room, yes? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have dark vision.
Okay, I have something for you later. The other thing is, before turning in for the night, Nash would take out the puzzle box that he got from Professor Miri.
Yeah.
And just give it a once over, maybe like turn pieces here and there, see what he could do with it, if there's anything he can figure out from it.
Yeah, that is...
I think it's a thievery?
Yes, thievery
Okay.
check.
Which we all know Nash is just a big old thief. Let's see here.
That was the last campaign. We got a rogue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yo!
Holy shit. Yeah. You, like, hyper focus.
I rolled all night.
Beautiful. Yeah, you immediately see the solution. Like, not, like, you just look at it and you go, oh, and you just start going. And then it, like, forms this, like, intricate pattern of white lines that glow faintly. And as they all snap into place, the box opens. And inside is a little glass marble. It's like blue and like looks like it almost looks like a little galaxy on the inside. And as you pick it up, and like your shadow that usually engulfs everything doesn't engulf this. It just stays.
Can I... do I want to make a check right now, or do I just want to end on a high note?
Like, just leave it tomorrow. Leave it for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's after solving the cube, he's just going to have a moment of that's enough for one night, and he'll put it away. So can he put it back in the cube and like seal it and like not have to check to make sure he can get it back out?
Yeah. You like close it, it clicks, you like hit a button on it and it opens again, and you like now it's just a little lockbox. It's not very big. You probably can only hold the marble, but
Okay. That's what he'll do then.
And for the cryptic night vision question, Creek, you would get just the smallest little glimpse of something past the shadow for Nash.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'll send to you in a moment.
Ooh.
Yeah,
you get that pick?
I bet Creek would be just kind of belligerent and just not thinking too hard on it, but yeah.
Yeah, but as we both turn down for the night and like all of like the torches and candles and lights go out, it's like when the light is out, just the contrast is just all screwed up, and so he just all looks solid silhouette, but something softens at night and it's in the dark, and it's almost like what a normal person would look like just in pitch black. A little bit fainter, but you could still kind of see something.
Oh, dang. Oh my gosh.
May I now make my roll to
Yes.
learn this spell?
yes, you may.
Yes.
All right, and again, this only takes 30 minutes because it is a first level spell.
Yep.
And I guess there really isn't a way I could assist.
No, there's
but
no real way to assist at all.
Yeah.
Nope. He's got to do this on his own.
I'm watching and keeping the lanterns lit, I guess.
All right,
And being weirdly respectful for Screg.
I'm going to use my hero point.
Go for it, because that won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you look at this
I
and
use my hero point to help him.
Nah, that's not how that works. But yeah, unfortunately, you look at this and you can't quite... It's too late in the evening right now, and your brain's all scrambled from thinking about what Dixon has told you. So you just kind of quietly put your stuff away.
But because it was just a failure, I did not expend the materials.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna chalk that up to you just like being your brain being elsewhere, and you didn't ruin anything. You just like can't focus.
Yeah. Yeah, Pickles is definitely too distracting. It's like, well, all right, a week from now, so I have a week before I can do that one again.
All right. We will keep track of that. And yeah, now we will end tonight's session unless there's anything else.
Greg will just kind of nod and be like, "You'll get it next time."
I'm going to put
Pickles will literally fucking set his watch by when he can, give himself a week and then try it again.
Why is it such a rush all the time?
I actually want to get to that next time.
Okay.
Because we're literally about to end the episode, but that's a good
No,
question.
yes, that's a very long speech. I'm realizing I shouldn't set that up. I'll ask you again next time. And also, I think we should have Hungover Creek do the recap. I really want to hear that.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, yes.
All right. Creek will do the
Okay, you
recap
got
2
it.
weeks from now. Yeah.
Got it.
Yay!
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.